Welcome to From the Stands, your one-stop shop podcast for insider access and in-depth interviews with your favorite Billiken coaches and players. Be sure to follow the show on Twitter at Billiken Podcast for the latest news on future episodes. Now, here is your host, Billiken Athletic Director, Chris May.
Welcome back, Billiken fans, to From the Stands, where we do our podcast here, talking Billiken athletics. We have a great podcast here today, where we've got two of our star women's soccer players. We've got Emily Gaebe and Lyndsey Heckel. I've got all kinds of stats. I have to read them off. Sorry, I can't memorize this, so I'm going to read them off. We all know Emily Gaebe's from Union Mo, exercise science major, career goals 48. The all-time leader here in Billiken land, 118 points, career points leader, 2024 season A10 Offensive Player of the Year, all-conference team, all A10 championship tournament team. You go on and on and on, All-American, the best scorer to ever play for us here. So Emily Gaebe, welcome Emily. And then we've got Lyndsey Heckel, two-time All-American here from St. Louis Mo. She got her BS in Health Information Management. She's working on her post-baccalaureate Certificate of Organizational Leadership, two-time All-American, all A10 everything, Defensive Player of the Year, all-conference, on and on and on. At the end of the day, these two are the best that have ever played for us. So it's great to have you guys here. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
How are we doing today?
Pretty good.
Okay, so first of all, here we are, championship day in women's soccer. Who's going to win the championship tonight?
Well, I would really like to see Wake Forest win tonight, just because no one had them on their radar at the beginning of the year, and then for them to prove everyone wrong, I think it's very awesome for them to be in this position.
So you're picking Wake?
I also want Wake to win, but I feel like North Carolina is just hot right now, so I'm going to have to pick them.
Well, it'll be fun to watch. Why I bring it up is you guys have helped put women's soccer on the map here in St. Louis, in our region. You've done such a great job. When you look at your career, I mentioned the stats, but one question I've got for both of you, and so this is that moment of philosophical memories, right, or thoughts. First of all, for what you both have learned, what advice would you give yourself as a freshman?
I would have to say, you just got to come in with an open mind and be coachable type of thing. It might not always be the path you want to take, and there's going to be bumps in the roads, and it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like this, but I think if you just come in with an open mind and be coachable, you're just going to have a great experience here or in any college athletics.
Emily?
I would say not taking anything for granted. I think you come in as a freshman, you're like, oh, I have 4 years. That's such a long time. And then you get to your senior year and you're like, wow, my time's almost up. So coming to practice every day and just working your hardest because you're not going to be able to do this forever.
Okay, what was the biggest learn? What was the biggest learn from that first day as a freshman when you showed up for the beep test?
I think
as I recall.
I think I came in as a freshman and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. So just learning, coming in every day and putting your best foot forward to make yourself better. And I think this is something that I really learned my junior, senior year, because with my injury, I was out. So I wasn't able to practice, and you don't really realize how hard that is until you're sitting on the sidelines, not practicing.
Lyndsey, what was your biggest learn?
Tomorrow is definitely not guaranteed, I think, kind of how Gaebe was saying that. You just got to come in every day and put your head down and do the work, and all those great moments, success moments will come when you put your head down and work. I especially learned that with this year, when getting towards the end of the season, I'm like, oh my gosh, this could be it or it cannot be, tomorrow's not guaranteed, and I want to keep playing as long as I can with these girls. What
your greatest moments as a Billiken, and you guys had a lot of them. You won a lot of championships. You won big games. What are those one or two big moments that you take away, Lyndsey?
I would say finally breaking through to the second round, in the modern era of Billiken women's soccer. So beating Ole Miss, like that was a great moment.
That was a great night down there.
Yeah, it was. And then personally, honestly, the A10 championship this year was one of my favorite moments.
Why?
Just because from a personal standpoint, I was struggling a lot, like doing my job, like on the offensive end, because that's my special. And then finally breaking through in one of the biggest moments, it felt so good. And I felt like I wasn't letting the team down in that moment.
Super cool.
I would say also like winning championships, like that never gets old. Like every one is so exciting. And then personally, I would say like coming back from my surgery, because we were unsure like what it would look like how I would return. And it was just like really like refreshing to like come back and like be as like good as I was or better.
Okay, we need to lighten this up. Most humorous moment, especially around Coach Shields. Give us some Coach Shields stuff here. Come on. See, Lyndsey, see, you've got, come on.
None that I can probably say on
Oh, you can't share on the podcast. Okay.
Not like that,
Emily,
but like.
what are those fun moments that you can actually share?
I think the one that I remember the most is when Larson wrapped Katie's entire office.
Oh, yes.
That was
Like,
Yes.
from top to bottom, everything was covered in wrapping paper. And it was just something funny that, like, we all came back from our travel trip and we were like, what happened?
fantastic. And I thought it was a great moment of leadership to lighten things up a little bit. You all get a little tight at times. You all are so driven that we got to get the next. And so I thought it was a great message of, you know what, life's okay.
And Hannah's so good at bringing joy every day to the program.
Yeah, and that's a big part of, if we're going to compete at the highest level, you've got to have that joy, right? What does being a Billiken mean to you all?
It's something special, and it's like something, it's a privilege too. I take it not lightly at all because I'm from St. Louis. So like wearing the city like on my shirt like every day, knowing I'm playing something bigger than myself for the people who played before me and for the little girls out there who watch and one day want to be on Herman. Like, I think it's something special.
I agree with Lyndsey on this one, just being a part of something bigger than myself and always like going out there and wearing the crest to show to like the little girls that want to be in my position one day that like they can do it and it's possible with like hard work.
So what's the next step for you guys playing soccer? What's the game plan?
Hopefully to continue playing. It's kind of a waiting game right now, but.
How does that waiting game, where are you in it?
Personally, I'm.
So interviewing agents, talking to people about what the next step is?
I have an agent
okay,
already.
So you got the agent done.
Yes, and now it's just like seeing what teams need. Like, not everyone needs a center back. So
because there's no longer a draft.
A draft, so like everyone's
so
like
the
a free
game is
agent.
totally changed differently than it's been in the past.
Yeah, so kind of waiting. And then I'm also at a point in my life where if it doesn't work out, like I know I'll be okay.
I think you'll be more than okay. I think you'll be good. Emily, what's your game plan? Other than you're gonna get your master's in physical therapy.
Yep. And then I think also I'm just trying to figure out like what I want, like still trying to decide if I want to continue with soccer or if I'm just okay with getting my degree and like getting a job. So just trying to balance all of that.
Well, you guys have been unbelievable on the field. So I asked before we went on film here, do you want to share with everybody your game plan to do the beep test in January?
No, I'm sorry, Katie. No, you will not.
I'll do it if Katie does it with me.
Oh, that's a great deal.
If Katie Shields goes with you, you'll do it. Okay, I think that's a challenge to Coach Shields. Does she want to do the beep test? I think I know the answer. Your last question, your message to incoming freshmen. What you guys know today, obviously what I've been so proud of is you guys have set the tone. And you've set the tone and you've won championships. And one of the great things about it is people kind of expect it, right? And so what is your message to the young ones? What was your message to the young ones this year? And what's your message to those incoming freshmen next year? Because it wasn't that long ago you were the freshman, right? And you had to learn. You had to learn. And now you're teaching the young ones. What's your message to those young ones about what's this women's soccer program all about and What should they prepare for?
I would say just never be complacent. Like if you come in as a freshman and you don't think your role is like what it should be, like don't just sink into that and be like, like you have to like do the work and like never be complacent, and maybe that will change for you and everything.
I would say that it's going to be hard, but like every second is worth it. Like there's obviously been really hard moments, but all of like the championships and all of like the stuff that you work for makes it worth it.
If it were easy, anybody could do it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, we could not be more proud of what you two have done, what the whole team and program has done. You both have continued to elevate it. And that, I believe, you guys talk about legacy all the time, right? I think that's what your all's legacy is going to be, is that you guys have taken this to now everybody knows nationally what Billiken women's soccer is all about, right? And so the future couldn't be more bright. Final question. What do you want your legacy to be here in the land of the Billikens?
I think my legacy is that I am a fierce competitor, and I'm tough and gritty, and like that's just what I want to be known for. But then I also I led by example, and like that's how, like I'm not the most vocal like person or outgoing person, but like I lead by example, and I think people followed that.
I think for sure. There's no question about that. Emily?
I think mine is also like lead by example, like always going out there and like putting my best foot forward. I just want people to know that like I'm hardworking and like I'm going to do everything I can to help my team, make my team better, than just like as a person, just being a good teammate and being there for my teammates and just being a like all around good person.
Well, you guys have done it as well as anybody ever could. So we're proud of you. Congratulations. Thank you for being Billikens. Don't worry, you're not going far. We're going to be watching you guys, and the future of this program couldn't be more bright because of what you all did, and your guys' future is going to be off the charts, and we can't wait to watch it. So congratulations, great job, and go Bills. Any final word for the camera from you all?
Roll Bills.
Thanks for listening to From the Stands with Billiken Athletic Director Chris May. Subscribe to our podcast in the iTunes Store and have the latest episodes sent straight to your phone. Go Billikens!